Hello, welcome to the channel and welcome back to Resurwreck Autos HQ. So guys, today I am going to start work on the Citroen Berlingo that Copart told me not to do any work on. They did send me this email, and I told you about this, but it's a generic email that whenever there's a case going through and there's a dispute about anything to do with the vehicles that have been sold through their online auction website, that no work should be done. If it is done, you need to prove with receipts and information about what has been changed and what has been repaired and what has been done on the vehicle. So these videos is my proof straight away. If they want to know exactly what's been done, they can watch me do it. Simple as that. And I'll just forward them the links, forward them the YouTube channel, whatever they need. This is my proof. And at the end of the day, guys, it is just a key. Like, it's nothing. I'm not disputing anything else around the van. No damage, nothing at all whatsoever. It's just a key. So I feel there's no reason really why I can't start work on that Citroen Berlingo. And that's exactly what we're going to be doing today. I'm going to chuck it in the workshop. We're going to take it up. We're going to strip the whole front end off. I am going to explain what's been done already because I have got 2 new keys cut on that van. So I'll explain all that. So let me go and get it. Bring it in. Let's do this. Right, okay. So here we go, guys. The Citroen Berlingo is in the workshop. Yeah. And basically, the last time you saw this was basically I didn't have no keys, didn't start, didn't run, nothing. Got 2 new keys programmed into the van. Decent ones as well, quite heavy duty ones. So 2 of these. And now but it is giving me this fault here, look. Whether or not it's no engine management light on at the minute. The spanner light's on, saying it's a service and engine fault. But I think that engine fault has got, must have something to do with the front end collision and stuff like that. But yeah. Washer jet still work. So it's done 108,000 miles. You can see it there, look. So 108,000 miles it's done. And yeah, it starts, I've just drove it in here. So it drives, absolutely sweet. No knocks, no bangs. When I'm steering the wheel, nothing's going on. Because there is on this one, I believe there's a power steering pump on the front end on the corner. So I've got to check that, and that's the other reason why I just want to, start work on this. I want to start stripping it down and getting the front end off because, I really want to sort of start looking for parts for this front end. Already getting some interest in this van as well. People asking me sort of how much. Some people obviously saying it's not worth. So I had one message from some guy, and he literally turned around and said to me, "Oh, that van's only worth $3,000." So I was like, "What?" He's having a laugh. Anyway, I'm gonna start stripping this down, but it's a nice little van, this one. I don't know about the. Oh, let's have a look, see if it's got any. Oh, it's got sort of some touchscreen stuff to do with phone connection. So you connect your phone to it. Apple CarPlay. That's pretty cool. that's pretty cool. So it's got Apple CarPlay, mirror link. Don't know what that's all about. Radio settings. So yeah, but at least it runs and drives. That was the, the main thing to try and sort out, was to see if it runs and drives. So it's got cruise control, and it's got a speed limiter as well. So that's good. Right, anyway. Let me explain what I think I'm going to do with this one. So, we've got no service history with this one. No books, nothing like that at all. So, and it's done 108,000 miles. So I think the best thing to do is to do the timing belt, the water pump, the full service on it as well. Just do the whole lot. I think that's going to be the best thing, because when I go to sell it, they're going to want to know if the timing, when was the timing belt done? Is it due? It's over 100,000 miles. So really, yeah, it is due. So we'll be doing that as well. But I think the first thing we've got to do, guys, is completely strip off this front end, get it all removed so we can see the damage, because it is, even though that don't look too bad, when you look at that, you think, oh, that's not too bad. The trouble is that bumper was pushed right in, and then it sprung back out. And you can see that crash bar in there. Look at that crash bar. It is really pushed in. So I need to see exactly, I need to, know exactly what we need to get as in parts. So that's why I am going to continue and start the work on this Citroen Berlingo. So let's do this. I'll set you up. Let's get cracking. Let's get this front end off. Let's do this. Right, okay. So, a lot of it's off in pieces down here. I'm keeping every single little piece, every single thing on this van, I'm keeping, because you just never know what you're going to need. I've put some of it in this box, some of it in sort of little containers. I always have these containers, so, bolts and screws and nuts and everything can go in. So front bumper, everything for the front bumper goes in there, then goes in the box, and then I know when it comes to putting it back together, I know where things go. Headlights, stuff like that. These lights I'm keeping. I'm not throwing them straight away because I want to match the numbers. You've got these part numbers on the headlights, so I want to match those, and I want to rob the bulbs out of the headlights as well. So we're going to keep hold of them, leave them there, and they're not being thrown at the minute. But we can now have a good look at the damage. Now, this was a Cat S. It was down as a Cat S. I knew it was a Cat S. And I was expecting some sort of structural damage because of the impact and because obviously, you know, what it is. And this leg here is definitely kicking that way. It's not a lot, but it's got a slight kink. I reckon about 10 mil. I reckon it's kicked over 10 mil. This one looks absolutely straight. Don't think that actual leg's moved. I think this one is in the right position. Yeah, that one, I think that one's in the right position. I've got, basically, guys, this is going to the body shop. It has to go to the body shop to get those legs straightened back up and back out. So, but luckily enough, you know, it hasn't took a massive hit, and it's not really sort of damaged the inside too much. I think it's just sort of kicked it that, it's just pushed it that way very, very slightly. So, yeah, that has got to be pushed back over that way, basically. This side, the crash bar, the crumple zone, this bar here is the crumple zone of the crash bar. That's took the impact and it's squashed it there. You can see as it's pushed it, obviously the crash bar was like this, and as it's pushed it round, all it's done is it's squashed this bit. And I don't think it's moved any of this inner leg or any of that sort of stuff. But like I said, the body shop will check all that, get it 0-0, as he says to me all the time. It needs to be 0-0. So, and that's obviously because when he puts it on the jig, you know, it's out a percentage. So like I'm saying 10 mil, and it needs to go back the other way 10 mil to get to 0-0, instead of 10 mil or 20 mil or 15 mil or whatever it is. So yeah, he's going to do all that and he's going to check it all. I'm still going to strip the front end off. I'm still going to sort of carry on. We're still going to carry on for the moment and take off pieces what, you know, I can save. Like this lower is completely intact. So I know the lower arms hasn't been moved or dented or twisted. So that's good news. So I'm going to take this off and we can keep this. So I haven't got to replace that. And then, yeah, basically just keep taking things off, removing stuff and, yeah, see how we go. So let's carry on and let's see how far we get. Let's do this. Right, okay. So guys, there we go. That is the rest of it completely stripped off. Yeah. To be honest with you, looking at it like this, that leg actually looks straight, but I don't think it is. This one, I think, is... No, I'm 98% sure that this ain't moved, this side. So, what we can do is, when I get a new crash bar, I'm going to, place it up in there to see the distance, how far it's off, if any. I think it is. I think it's got a little kink over this leg. It just wants pushing back. Whether or not I could do that with my hydraulic ram that I've got, I suppose it's worth a go, isn't it? It's worth a go. And then this top piece is like just flimsy. Look, I'm moving it up now. It's just nothing. So that's all right. We can move that around. Put the rad inside the new rad pack. This whole thing here, because I'm not even going to bother. This had a hole at the bottom, so that's no point using that. There was no air conditioning whatsoever in the system, so there's definitely a hole in this somewhere as well. And this is basically what I could possibly use the actual intercooler, possibly. But everything else, I'm just going to get a complete new, another one to replace it. And a crash bar. I think I found a bonnet as well. So, it's not as bad as I thought on this one. But it's definitely worth getting another crash bar and then put it in place to see how far it is off. And if it is that far and I can't push it with that, then it's going to the body shop. That's simple as that. And he can deal with it and get it to 0-0, as he tells me. So, yeah. That's the timing belt. You can see it just there. I wanted to take it off just to see if I can have a look at it. It's not a bad job, this one, actually, this timing belt. You just got to turn it around until that hole there comes all the way around, and then there's a hole. Let me get my torch on. There is a hole. You can just see it just there. So that hole there needs to come around, line up with that. You pin it in there. You pin the bottom, pin the top, pin the middle as well. And yeah, we've done these before. I've done loads of these before. So I think it's definitely worth doing whilst I've got the front end off. I'm not sure about this bar. I think it's okay. I think it's in the right position. Looking at the bottom arms and this bar, I think that's okay. I think that it's just popped out and jumped. The actual rad pack has just jumped out of the actual connectors. I can't see no damage to this whatsoever. None of that's been damaged. None of that's been dent. It's just whether or not that needs moving over. I think it does. But I can't quite see it. It's strange because when everything was on connected, I could see that was off a little bit. But now, I can't really see. It's a real strange one. It looks pretty straight, but I don't know if it's gone over a little bit. So, yeah. That one ain't. There's no way that's gone over. That's solid. That ain't moved. It's that one. So, yeah, it'd be interesting to see if we can get this... if I can get it pushed over at all. But for the moment, let me go off. Let me get a crash bar. I'll come back I'll put it in place, and then we'll have a look, and we'll go from there. So bear with me, guys. See you in a bit. Let's do this. Right, okay. So, guys, I'm back from the breakers. As you can see, we've got another crash bar. Loads of bits and pieces from them just now. Got a bonnet, but it's white, but I'm not happy with it. It's got lacquer peel and that, so that's all got to be painted. But that's, you know, a little bit down the line. We've got other stuff going on. Picked up the aircon rad for that one, which is that one, and the water rad as well. So we've got a system, we can switch it over. Got the slam panel, all the front, you know, that's all connected as well now. So we've got all this with all the plastics. It's all there, everything, you know, it's all fine, no problems with it. I've checked it all over. It's exactly the same as my other one. All I've got to do is switch over the intercooler on that side to this side. So I'll put that in, and that's that. What else did I get? That was it, wasn't it? Yeah, bonnet, slam panel, crash bar. Yeah, that's all they had there. Didn't have no headlights, didn't have no bumper, but, you know, it is what it is. At least we can sort of just check to see how far this leg is out. And I had a funny feeling it was out, didn't I? I said that to you. It's going to be out. Because this is the original one. Just put that on. So that's the original one. There and there. Now let me show you. Let me show you this one. And actually how far it's off. So we'll connect this side up because this side I believe is okay. Don't think that's moved. This side. So there you go. That there should be exactly where that is. And I've measured that, and that is exactly 25 mil. So we're 25 mil, this leg is 25 mil over this way. It needs to go that way. I've come up with a little bit of a plan and see if it actually does work. What we're going to do is we're going to, I'm going to put my hydraulic ram in the middle between those two legs and see if we can push it over. Now, to do that, I don't want this one moving. That's got to stay exactly where it is. I believe that hasn't moved. So to make sure, because if I put my hydraulic ram in the middle and start pushing it, it'll push both sides. It'll push this one that way, and it'll push that one that way. And I don't want that one to move. So the only way to do it and to stop this one from moving is to create a dead weight on this side of the vehicle, and then a little bit of timber, block of timber, holds it there so that the dead weight here, which I'm going to use a forklift truck, put it here and then put a bit of timber against it. That way, when I put my hydraulic ram in the middle, that one won't push that way because the forklift truck is there with the block of timber, so that this side will then only push that way and push that side out. That's the plan. If it don't work, it don't work, and you know, all I've wasted a little bit of time. But you know, if I take it to the body shop, they're going to charge me an X amount of money, and if I can try and get it pushed out myself, why not have a go? That's what I always say. Have a go. So, yeah, that is what we're going to do. But for now, I'm going to concentrate on doing the other bits and pieces, because I don't want to put this front end on. I don't want to put none of that on until I've done the timing belt, the water pump, the service, the auxiliary belt. I'm changing that. Oil filter is there. So we'll get that switched over. We'll drop the oil. Let's do a little bit of service work with the timing belt. Let's get all that sorted out. And then we can then move on to getting the front end back on and, you know, pushing that leg over. So, yeah, I've got all my service parts on the way. So I'm going to set you up. Let's get cracking. Do a little bit of time lapse. because it's going to take a while to get this off. So a little bit more stripping down. Got to support the engine from underneath, take away the engine mount on this side so I can get to that timing belt bit there. So yeah, I'll set you up, guys. Let's get cracking. Let's do this. Right, getting right stuck in there, guys. Yeah, as you can see, crank pulley and bolt is off. Most of the pieces are off now. I've just got this little cover to get it off. Just got to slide it in, top or bottom. I can't remember now. Or is there? Oh no, it's connected still. Bit of wire. I've got to get that connector off. Yeah, and then that can come out and just going through the process, and we'll line it back up. This is the pin I was talking about, that one there. So you've got to turn the engine over until that pin lines up with that one. There's a bottom one as well. You can just see it. Don't know if you can just see it. It's just there. But there's a bottom pin that's got to line up as well. So, yeah, we'll line it all up, time it all up in a little while. I have to shoot off now, guys, because I've just had a call, and I'm going to do a quick call out to someone to see if I can help them out. They've got an issue with their battery, and the car's dead. Basically, I think we're gonna see this car probably Monday or Tuesday now to do some repairs on it. He had the AA come out to him, and the AA breakdown recovery service told him that the engine is seized and he will need a new engine. So I'm going to go over there and just check to make sure that this is correct. Because what he was telling me did not make sense, really. About he was driving it absolutely fine, and then all of a sudden, all the lights started flickering, the power started going wrong, and he lost power steering, loads of bits and pieces like that. So to me, it sounds like it's related to the battery and the power. So yeah, alternator, starter motor, something to do with the... Well, if it can't be starter motor if he was driving it. It happened when he was driving it, and it kind of just played up. So I'm thinking battery, alternator, same sort of problem. Yeah, so... But I've got to go over there and see him quickly. Let me shoot over there. I'll come back and we'll carry on. Because I have received a load of bits and pieces now, all the parts and stuff. It's all turned up. Not only for this van, but the Transit Connect as well, because I want to do a service on the Transit Connect also when it's back from the paint shop. Hopefully that should be back to tomorrow, actually, that van. Yeah, anyway, I'm waffling on. Let me go off. Let me sort this car out for him. I'll come back and we'll continue. So, yeah, bear with me, guys, and I'll see you in a bit. Right, okay. So, guys, I am back after looking at that car. It took longer than I anticipated. I thought I was going to be able to come back and carry on, but it looks like I'm going to be running out of time today. So, yeah, I'll give you a quick update on the car that I looked at quickly. Basically, the engine is seized and it needs an engine swap. It's a C-Max 2009 diesel C-Max. It's done 110,000, 115,000. It seems like it's locked, so it will need a swap. But I said I really don't want to get into it. I really don't got the time. And yeah, I don't think we're going to see that car on the channel, guys, because I just don't want to get into doing that at the minute. You know, I've got all this other stuff going on, all the other bits and pieces and cars, and I just don't really want to take on a project like that. So yeah, I don't think we're going to see it. So that is kind of the end of that one. But yeah, like I said, I'm back. It took longer than I thought, and I just ain't got time now to carry on with the Citroen Berlingo. But we will be jumping on this Monday morning, first thing, carrying on. We'll do the timing belt, we'll do the water pump, we'll do the service, we'll put all the front end back on, and we'll just carry on to see how far we can get with this one. I know, like I said to you before, Copart has turned around and said, don't do any repairs until the dispute or the, it's been resolved, basically. But it's a silly, for me, I think it's a silly dispute anyway. It's not a lot of money. It's one key that they've got to reimburse me for, which is about 110 quid, 120 quid or whatever it is. So yeah, that's not going to stop me from carrying on doing what I'm going to do on this van. So yeah, that is the end of today's video and the end of this week's videos and uploads. Back Monday, guys, we're going to crack on with this one. We're going to see how far we get, and I'll show you as well the silver Transit Connect. That's back it's going to be back from the paint shop tomorrow, and we'll get into that next week as well. So got these two vans going on. We've still got the Cougar to get through MOT. I think the guy's coming out tomorrow to clear the airbag module on that Cougar. So yeah, it's going to be another busy week next week. I can see it already. But have a great weekend, guys, and I'll see you Monday. Take care. See you soon.